When you feel that a certain task is too difficult and you don't feel like doing it, firstly, ask yourself, am I asking the right question? Am I asking the right question? And you realize that we don't ask the right question. For example, let's say you have asked a student to buy something for home before they leave for school. He will say, but the shop opens at the same time as my school. I will get late for school. So I will not be able to do it. So whenever you are faced with such situations where you feel that you can't do something, because the reason is very clear, right? The shop opens at the same time as the school. And school is important. So naturally, you can't get late there. No one will deny the genuineness of this excuse. Every student will say the same thing to avoid the punishment for being late. But if you ask yourself the right question, how can this be done? My school and the shop open at the same time. Before that, the shop is closed. How can this be done? As soon as you ask the right question, you start getting options. Can I do it while returning or in the break, and so on? Which days the shop opens up early, meaning you open the door to solutions that will solve the problem. Usually people close the door thinking this is impossible. But experts will never think that anything is impossible. That thought itself never occurs to them. They always think there are 10 ways to do this, I have to find only one. 10 ways to do this, not one or two. They directly begin with 10. So, the word possible, how can we introduce that into our thinking, keeping the word impossible aside? Because we have entertained the word impossible for so long that anything that is even a little different seems impossible. Anything that is out of the routine immediately feels impossible. I can't do it. It's impossible. But look around you and you will realize that only such things have been greatly appreciated where people thought and did something different, where impossible was made possible. This is an important lesson for today's youth. Don't look at things as impossible. This is not possible. That is not possible. How can I do it? Without thinking of excuses. And find the solution yourself, because if someone else gives it, you will resist it. It has to come from within, from your tejgyan. That way, the resistance starts to diminish. How can this be accomplished? You just have to rephrase the question. Just one right question and the bottleneck at the tejgyan is opened up. Bottleneck at the tejgyan due to a negative thought. And things are blocked. So much is waiting to come from tejgyan. Things are waiting to come forth. For one problem, there are 10 solutions waiting to come. But we block the flow by saying this is impossible. If you begin with that thought, how can you proceed? Say yes to source. Develop this habit. Always say yes to the source. This is an impersonal task. It may seem impossible, but there are at least 10 ways to do it. And if you can't find all 10, you can at least find one. Even with one, your confidence will get stronger. Eventually, you'll find two, maybe even three. Because it is available. All you have to do is ask the right question. Yes, how can I do this? It looks impossible, but if I had to do it, if not doing was not an option, what would be the way? When mountains came in the way of bridges, people thought constructing the bridge was impossible. We can't move mountains. But some said it is possible. And they did it. And the rest is history. People admire such creations today. The longest bridge, the longest tunnel. Mountains were cut to make a road. What an achievement! Because some people resolved to say yes, it is possible. And how did they gain that confidence? By saying yes to little challenges. Confidence doesn't grow overnight. The daily little tasks that you say, this is not possible, that is not possible, this can't be done, that can't be done. So much negativity all day. That's where you practice. And while doing this, when these people come across such historic decisions, their practice makes them say, yes, it is possible. And through them, such things manifest that the world never forgets.
This is only a short glimpse of tejgyan. Tejgyan is essentially a profound and final wisdom. Tejgyan is imparted by Sirshree in the Magic of Awakening retreat. Tejgyan Foundation organizes this retreat, where the spiritual foundation of life is established to foster love and peace and building a strong character for youth and teenagers. Till date, more than 1 lakh seekers have participated in this retreat. If you too wish to lead a fearless, stress-free, simple, powerful, and fulfilled life, then do participate in the Maha Asmani Magic of Awakening retreat. Thank you. Happy thoughts.